Hello and good to have you back with us. Today's video is about another pioneer of frequency procedure, Dr. Hulda Clark. And if you haven't seen the video about Royal Raymond Rife, I'll link that up here. Because Royal Rife is where this kind of therapy started. But today we are talking about Dr. Clark, because she was able to make further groundbreaking developments in the field of frequency medicine. Dr. Hulda Clark was born in Canada in 1928, and she was a biologist and physiologist. In her studies, she focused on biophysics and cell physiology. After graduation, she went into research at the University of India. After research funding was cut, she focused on private nutrition consulting. In 1979, Clark left government-funded research and began her own. She researched all aspects of human disease, especially cancer, taken many different directions such as studying parasites, bacteria, viruses and fungi, to heavy metals, solvents and, more recently, radioactivity. She wanted to find out how the human body cells react to these invaders. Her discoveries and inventions, such as the synchrometer in 1988, enabled her to conduct research, particularly in the area of advanced cancers. A synchrometer is a measuring device that uses the resonance principle to detect pathogens, but also an organ or a chemical in the organism. It can perhaps also be described as simplified electroacupuncture. This is because everything has a characteristic frequency or a series of several frequencies, which was also researched by Royal Rife in the 1920s. The synchrometer was not a scientifically recognized device, but Dr. Clark was able to do all her research related to disease over a 20-year period thanks to this device. She examined thousands of samples to find out the appropriate frequencies. And likewise, with the first Zapper, she was able to set a milestone in the field of alternative treatments. However, as is often the case when it comes to alternatives to conventional medicine, she also experienced severe attacks from her opponents in her own profession as well as from government officials. In 1999, she was even arrested for a few days, but the charges were dropped. Nevertheless, she never tired of sharing her knowledge for the benefit of human health, which you can find in her 8 books. And Dr. Clark used the technique of using electricity and different frequencies to kill pathogens in the body, as she said. For years, she used a frequency generator to zap one pathogen after another, but this took a lot of time, usually several hours. One of her greatest discoveries was the connection between parasites and chronic diseases, which had not yet received any attention at that time. In 1994, her son built the first Zapper, which was portable and battery-operated, and was actually intended to kill intestinal leeches in the body. To her astonishment, she found out that this Zapper eliminated all pathogens, even without a certain frequency. This was due to the battery, which generates a square wave current with a positive offset. And because of this discovery, Dr. Clark thought that the frequency ranges of the pathogens she had found out could be neglected, which, however, has been relativized in the course of time. Because different researchers, among them also naturopath Baglayan, took up her results, continued to research, and some applied today after own research results in a somewhat more differentiated form. Dr. Hulda Clark passed away in September 2009 at the age of 80. It is really impressive what she has found out to give people something to help themselves. Of course, the Clark Zapper still exists today, and what Dr. Clark also developed, among other things, was plate zapping, in which a metal plate is inserted into the supply current path, on which corresponding ampules and drops can be placed as carriers of filter information. It could also be called simplified bioresonance. Naturopath Baklayan was one who further developed this basic model of the zapper, and through his discovery of the harmonical frequencies, the diamond shield zapper is able not only to weaken pathogens, but also to systematically bring imbalanced areas such as meridians or acupuncture points, which you may already be familiar with from the field of traditional Chinese medicine, into resonance with their own frequency. This is similar to tuning a music instrument. This allows the energy to flow freely again, and through self-regulation, all physical functions can take over their tasks again. This is also one of the great advantages of the Diamond Shield Zapper, because it integrates Clark, Rive, the blood sap frequency according to Dr. Beck, and the harmonical frequencies. So a perfect complement. Okay, that was another trip down memory lane and to the first zapper. If you liked the video, feel free to share it. I would be happy if you subscribe to the channel, and maybe you have someone in your circle of friends who is also interested in alternative applications. If you want to dive further into the topic, you will find enough material on the net and of course in the books of Dr. Clark. I'm already at the end of this video. I'm looking forward to your comments. In the info box you will find further links to the Diamond Shield and also to affiliate links with 5% discount for you. Now I wish you a wonderful week and see you soon.